What's up guys, welcome to today's YouTube video. So today we have a little bit of a different style video for you, but I honestly think this is probably the most valuable piece of information I've put out on YouTube so far. So drop a like, make sure you leave me a comment, let me know if you enjoy it, and let's get stuck in. So today's video, I'm gonna be teaching you literally 95% of what you need to know to get good results through your nutrition and sustain them. I wish I knew this earlier. This is something that was taught to me by people a lot smarter than myself, and I've kind of used this with my clients and myself ongoing, and this is something I've taught to other trainers in seminars and things like that. I don't know why I haven't brought it to YouTube yet, but I really do hope you like it, and let me know if you have any questions or if you want me to dive deeper on any topic, because I will try to keep it fairly brief. Well, brief for me anyway. So the pyramid you're going to see on screen now is basically the way I got taught in school how health and your nutrition and eating should work, which is not great, to be honest. As you can see at the bottom, it starts with your breads, your pastas, grains and carbs, and then it moves up into your fruits and veg, and then up from there is your meat and dairy, and then up from there is like your sweets. Like you can see biscuits, cake, ice cream, all that sort of stuff. Now there's nothing wrong with any of these foods at all, just the way that this is put together is not very helpful for the everyday person, and it's definitely not going to help if you're trying to get results. If you're trying to improve your physique, you're trying to lose fat, build muscle, look better, that's not going to help. Going on to this pyramid here, this is 95% of what I use with my clients, and this is the approach I take with everyone. And I promise you guys, if you can nail this, or if you can just start at the bottom and work your way up, like 95% of the work is done and you will get insane results. So starting at the bottom, the first thing you need to make sure is it's sustainable. You know, don't think that one way is better than another. Be open-minded, and each person is going to have a different preference. So I'm a big fan of flexible dieting, as a lot of you guys know, and as you can see by my t-shirt, but that doesn't mean I'm married to flexible dieting. I have clients that do keto, I have vegan clients, I have vegetarian clients, I have clients that like intermittent fasting. But the main point there is whatever approach you take, just ask yourself, all right, can I see myself, you know, eating like this in 2, 3, 4, 5 years time? If the answer is yes, then you're sweet. Move on to the next step. So after sustainable, moving up, we have calories, and then as you can see to the side there, it says protein number 1. I honestly just tell people basically eat how you are eating. You're just gonna need to change your portions around. Some of your foods, unless you eat like trash, then you're gonna have to change a lot of it. If your calories are in the right spot for your goal, again, that's 90% of the job done. You will get some great results just from that. If you can get your calories and your protein in the right spot, you'll make much better results than just your calories. So after you've got your calories and your protein in check, the next one is macros. So going from there, that's where you want to figure out, okay, I want to have X amount of carbs, X amount of fat, and then obviously X amount of protein. And this is super important, again, no matter what the goal is. We're going to move up from there and we're going to look into micronutrients. Now, your micros is basically all the healthy stuff that's in good whole food sources. This is where people say there's good foods and bad foods. Now, I don't like to categorize them like that, but the healthy good foods are full of micronutrients. So, you know, your B vitamins, your antioxidants, etc. These are important for the way you feel and your energy on a day-to-day basis. These are also important for like your blood work and your health markers. So this is definitely something that you don't want to kind of skip out on. But as you can see, it's 4th on the list for a reason. And that reason is because yes, it is super important for health, but in terms of body composition goals, it doesn't matter as much as calories and macros and it being sustainable, because you can eat the most clean, healthy diet in the world, but if you're still eating too much of it, then you can't lose fat. And that's just how thermodynamics work. That's how the body works. So just keep that in mind. And that's exactly why it's 4th on the list. So moving up, now your diet is looking pretty rock solid. You're able to sustain it for long periods of time. Your calories are in check, your macros and your micros are all in check. Now we're gonna look at meal timing and frequency. Meal timing and frequency definitely plays a role in your physique progress, in your results, but it is not as important as the other ones. Now this can play a role when it comes to your training. So the first thing I would look at is meal timing. Now getting a good source of protein, carbs before maybe intra and post workout. Now there's lots of studies to show that meal timing around training can help a lot. So that is something to keep in mind. But at the end of the day, as long as you hit your calories, your protein and all that sort of stuff, that's key. Then if you're nailing that and you're like, you know, I want to take this further, I want to train harder, I want to recover better, I want to get every last drop out of my nutrition and my results, then I would be looking at, all right, how much carbs and protein am I taking in before a session, and how much am I taking in after, and how long after am I waiting? Because when you train, you break down muscle, you don't wanna wait like 5-6 hours before your next meal. I'd be trying to get that meal in within like an hour so your body can start that recovery process ASAP. And last on the list is supplements, the one that everybody wants to go for first. And I made this mistake when I first started out as well. I learned why all these things are in the order that they're in. I wasted a lot of money and a lot of time and effort into supplements. Now, they're last on the list because if you are hitting all of these steps before, day in, day out, basically everything your body needs, you are getting it from food, which is the way it should be. But supplements are still on the pyramid because they do play a decent role and they can give you that extra few percent. I find they can also make life quite easier as well. I personally just recommend a good whey protein and creatine for majority of my clients. Now, protein I more so classify as a food, but that's just my personal preference. And creatine is just great because it's cheap, it's very well backed by science, and you do get it from your foods, your meat and things like that. But your other stuff, your vitamins, your pre-workouts, fat burners, I know these are the things that most people get first before they even know like how many calories they should be eating, which is insane, but I used to do it too, so this is why I'm making these videos. So hopefully you can skip all the mistakes I did and just get it right from the start, or get way better progress from the get-go. So I hope that helped. I hope that wasn't too complex. I hope I kept it simple enough, but obviously with enough detail that it makes a lot of sense. If you can nail this, and if you start looking at your nutrition from this angle to get results, it will make life so much easier. I wish I knew this earlier. That's why I wanted to put this out there. If you have any questions, please pop them down below. I'll be more than happy to go into each one of these levels on more detail. Just let me know. I don't want to keep rambling because I'm very good at that. So I will see you in the next video.